Hello and welcome back. Of course, the Voice Briefs. We are back in this today's edition, of course, volume, 1133, bringing you, of course, here a headline, quite a headline for tech. Not to you, of course, just a headline. As set out here. Quite an interesting story. Court evicts abusive woman from home. It's all issues to do with the wife here, certain as Sonia Tsing, Khosi Sele. So 38-year-old, I believe, this 38-year-old is the man. And of course, the wife here inserted is 37-year-old Sonia Tsing. Apparently, his issues are all to do with abuse by the wife onto the husband. But court now, the magistrate has since ruled that the woman leave the home and leave that man in peace and harmony. So it's quite a story to catch up on. With this, in this day and age, this woman sees herself as not being a type that still could have been married to this man. He's saying that now I'm a degree holder, you're just a driver, you're not so much of a man. Anyway, you'll get to read up more of that for yourself. DIS caves in to butterfly demands. It's a story by Sharon Matala. The first one was by Hofaneko Khotsitse. But this one, it looks like she's still in battle, although he had to appear in court with her employer, of course, DIS. It looks like on the 14th of January, they sort of cut her allowances and even her salary in half, which brought her down to a net of 0-0. After all stop orders went through, she remained with nothing. But it's a story that is yet to develop as time goes on, because it's going to court very soon. Of course, business, we did look into the three deficit, the three budget deficits in a row. It's our page one, of course, with Kabir Adamson, looking here that you have been hearing of news about, the dropping in the deficits. What does that really mean? That's the big question, for you. What is a GDP? What does the whole, projection of, deficit mean as a Motswana? It's things that you should catch up on. And of course, The Voice always has business news coming through too. Although with this first year's, budget deficit having dropped to 2.4%, all the way from 3.9. We've seen that decline, of course, projected in the previous financial year. Mwatu Disebabole, we managed to catch up with him as well. The economist, Khonekako First National Bank, na confirm the decline is in line with the government's, objectives to keep the deficit at a bare minimum of 4%, of the GDP. Page one, like I said, Kabalo Adamson, of course, we see here, taxman. He's into them and saying, gentlemen, shut down warehouses because you've not really been paying, taxes. So the rumble goes on, hundreds of imported cars remaining strapped on top of the trucks. You always see them on the roads in the morning traffic. You see them all the time, as the warehouses, like I said, have been suspended because of not having paid tax. Page 11, still with Kabalo Adamson. We saw Francis Town, a 51-year-old man, particularly having been arrested on suspicion of repeatedly defiling his young stepdaughter, as well as the 12-year-old's mom, who suspected she knew all along about this whole abuse, but just decided to keep quiet. She's just a drunkard. She doesn't care much about her 6 children. So it's another story you can catch up in page 10 with Christina Motlaban. Of course, big interview in Okavango area, where we have NM Francina Baitsman giving us news from that side. There has been, an appointment of a new council chairman, as the chairman of the council. So apparently he has put education amongst these top priorities in the district development plan, having spent a majority of his life, in boarding schools far away from home. He knows too well the pain of not having a school in one's own village. So it's page 9, Francina Baitsimana, as I've mentioned. The jazz exchange presents Zeus, the hip hop man, so they call it hip hop jazz connection. So Honeka go Cresta Logica kwa etabele Honeja look at the one is a match, which you definitely would want to dash there on a Sunday and just have a good time with your partner or whomever that you can catch up with. Of course, page 9 here we had that story coming through to you. It's a hard knock life. Sinqobile Tessa, she managed to write to us as usual. Zimbabwe's situation is still as hard. Like she says, while we are used to such a life of queuing, for fuel, it is never a pleasant activity, as it is one of the many signs of a failed economy, dismally. Writing up about the distresses of the Zimbabweans. Page 14, of course, you can catch up on that story. I've just mentioned defilement with a lot of teenage pregnancies, having gone on the rise. Both Maung and Ngamilan district chiefs are on the rise now. These people are punished accordingly. So it's another story you can catch up there on page 8. Francina by Itimana here set as defilers be warned. Tribal chiefs launch so it's another story you can catch up on. On the flip side, the mining giants in the top 8 tussle. You'd want to catch up on that. BDF 11 page. This is page 23 as usual, brought to you by Tsapoki Himil. It's on sports, so you need to catch up on this. We are online, of course. Our website is always being updated with news and news.thevoicebw.com. That's our website, of course. Also on YouTube, The Voice Newspaper Botswana. Do catch up more of our headlines, and most importantly, as I would always say, we would like to hear from you what you think of our stories, and of course, where do you think that we can make better progress. So until we meet next time, don't forget also to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because these also, if you didn't catch them now, go to our YouTube channel, and that's where you can catch them in the next episode. So until we meet next time, thank you.